Hey there. So I just want to share a small story, just about like being patient in God's timing and stuff like that. In my life, I think recently I've had a lot of experiences where maybe I'm trying to rush something or push for something that maybe God is willing to give me, but because I'm not trusting Him fully, we can have a habit of trying to manipulate or make something happen before it's time. Just like the story of like Abraham and Sarah. Sarah's promised a child with Abraham, but because it wasn't happening in their timing or what they thought was God's timing, they end up uh, getting in the situation where Sarah gets her maid to sleep with Abraham and have a son with him. And then they have Ishmael. And all of that to say is it's not that God can't redeem things, God can redeem anything, but sometimes God just wants us to be patient with Him and learn how to wait for His timing. And He has way better things for us. And He will fulfill the promises that He planted in our heart, but it just may not be in our timing. And so I just want to encourage somebody like, one thing that I feel like God has been teaching me lately is not to be manipulative or pushy, which is another way of saying manipulation, but a nicer way of saying it. And I notice that when we just wait and pray and expect for God to do His work, and we lean not onto our own understanding, but acknowledge Him in all of our ways, like Philippians says 4, it talks about, you know, don't worry, but in all things and through prayer and supplication, we make our requests be made known. When we try to take matters into our own hands instead of trying to trust on God's timing, we end up putting ourselves in situations we don't need to be in. And honestly, I feel like a lot of the times, if we just were to trust God with the situation and pray about it, we would get our results way faster and it'd be a lot smoother. And that's something that God has been teaching me. The more I learn to let go and surrender these things that worry me or stress me out, the faster He works on them. And so I just want to encourage somebody today and remind you of that. As I was sitting here with my baby, I was trying to fix a book for him, a little cardboard book. And I was trying to tape it together because through its lifetime, its course of its time, it started to deteriorate. And sometimes when we want something before it's ready, God can give it to us, but it might tear apart more, just like the book that I was trying to fix it, but my son was trying to grab it over and over before it was ready. And had I just given it to him before I had finished fixing it, it would have torn apart. So just trust God